Hey guys, American Abroad here. Just wanted to bring you another review. This time we're checking out the Sena SMH5. Let's check it out. So let's talk about a couple of things. I ride almost every single day. My motorcycle is my everyday driver. So I'm always going. I do work remotely, but I am always on the road. And this thing comes really in handy. Of course, it does add a little bit of weight to your helmet. You can kind of see that it does stick off the side of your helmet there just a little bit. Sorry, the camera didn't focus for you there. I think it only weighs about 20 ounces from what they say online, but it is actually a considerable difference that you can see on the helmet. And you can feel it just a little bit. Not annoying, but it is just a little bit. So why did I go with the SMH5 as opposed to the SMH10? The SMH10 is great. I actually have used it before on a motorcycle trip from Colorado to Dallas, or Dallas to Colorado, both ways, and it was great. The speakers were great. The range was awesome. We did have to charge it while we stopped for lunch. It lasted all the way. It was 11 hours in one day, and it lasted great for us. I went for the SMH5 just because it was a little bit more budget friendly, and if you're out there looking for something under $100, this is a great deal. Right now over here in Europe, and I know in the States as well, you can catch these things for under $100. There's a couple of websites here in Europe. You can catch these for about 75, 80 euros a piece, around 90 bucks US, 85 bucks US. It is very simple to use. It does have really great toggles. There's a red button on the back where you can actually click that. It's really easy to use with gloves on, and then you have this big spindle wheel that you can use to up and down the volume. If you want to initiate Siri, you just have to click this little red button on the back. It is not voice activated. There are some other models when you get up into the higher range of Sena or some of the other brands, you do get that voice activation where you can just say, "Hey Siri," and it does activate. But for this one, you do have to click that. I think for the price range, you get what you pay for. This thing's pretty dependable. The speakers on the inside of the helmet, I do wish that they were a little bit better for this, but can't really complain for 80 bucks. When I am on the highway, it does get a bit hard to hear people, and then I've got to turn it up real loud, and the speakers do kind of squelch a little bit. So you're not getting the best sound quality from these speakers. Now, I did actually just order another comm system for our other helmet. My wife does ride with me quite often, and so I'm going to move this SMH5 over to hers, and I ordered the SMH5S. So the S actually comes with a little screen on the side so you can see better what you're doing, a little bit easier to connect with other comm systems, and it does have a little bit more battery life and a little bit more range. So let's talk about what's going on with the SMH5. You are getting about a 10-hour battery life. I think you're looking with the SMH10, maybe 11 to 12 if you're lucky. With the SMH5, it looks like you're getting about 8 to 9 hours of battery life. But honestly, I use this thing all the time, and I rarely charge it. So you're getting plenty of battery life out of this thing, and you don't really have to charge it too much unless you're doing like an all-day trip. Something that's great on the SMH10 that you are missing out on the SMH5 is you do have the ability, if you are somebody who is doing vlogs or you like to ride and record audio, you are missing out on the SMH5, because the SMH10 you do have the ability to actually record audio while you're riding, and you don't get that with the SMH5. So if you're looking at doing vlogs or anything like that, definitely go for the SMH10. You're gonna have that ability with that. Of course, that's coming with the price tag as well. So for the SMH5, if you do want to be connected with a passenger, this is what these are ideal for. You do get about 400 meters of range if you're kind of going comm to comm with a buddy. It's really good if you're connecting with one guy that you're really riding with, or girl. If you're riding with some people, it's really just good for person to person. If you have more riders you're looking to connect with, maybe you want to bump up to a little bit better mic, a better comm system. It's going to allow you to connect with more than just a couple of people. From what I understand, from what Sena says online, you can actually, if you have somebody else that has a comm system that basically allows them to connect to many people, you can kind of piggyback off of their signal And with the new mesh technology out there, if you don't know much about it, mesh technology is great. You're not getting that with the SMH5, but mesh is the up and coming thing. So if you start paying, you know, $180, $190, up in the $200 range, you're gonna start getting that mesh, what they call mesh technology, which allows you to connect on and off with other mics. If you get out of range, it'll automatically reconnect when you jump in, and it kind of helps piggyback off of each other, off of those signals. So mesh is that new technology. You're not getting it with the SMH5, but really for 80 bucks, can't complain. So if you are riding and you are connected to a passenger, all you have to do is, and you wanted to listen to some music as well, right? You can connect music via your phone Bluetooth. Click this middle toggle right where the wheel is, and you will actually connect your music, so you guys can both listen to music while you're riding and still communicate to each other, which is kind of a cool feature. I definitely don't recommend that, just because I find it a little bit distracting to have all of that going on if you're trying to talk and have music and listen to the world around you. Seems a bit dangerous to me, but a cool feature if you guys are into it and maybe you're doing a lot of rides out in something that's not too much traffic. Maybe it's something you're interested in. Something else I see that this could be really beneficial for is if you are doing a lot of traveling where you need to use maps or anything like that. You can connect your maps to this, and it will give you your driving maps as you go, you know, turn here, turn there. You will get that audible maps reading to you, which is super helpful, so you're not always trying to look at your phone or a nav system. So it does give you that availability to be able to do that and not worry so much about just focusing on a phone, but also give you that awareness around you, but still utilizing your maps. Okay, so again, my big bugaboos about this speaker system: no bass. I mean, you're not really looking to get amazing quality out of this. If you do go to some of the higher models, they have the JBL speakers and things like that you can get on there. You can actually pay 80 bucks and get upgraded HD speakers, which are actually the ones that are coming with the SMH5S that I just ordered, the one with the screen. It also comes with the HD speakers. They're supposed to be thinner, a little bit curved. They're supposed to give you much better sound quality. So let's see, hopefully after this in the future, I'll be able to do a comparison video between the two. Because I have ridden with the SMH10 and the SMH5, I can do a bit of a comparison. Man, if you're really doing those longer trips, you want that longer range, go with the SMH10. You're gonna get a lot longer range. The speakers are already better. But look, if you're on a budget and you're an everyday rider, this is a great comm for me. It's a great comm for anybody that just wants something inexpensive and get you on the road and get you going. Now, the SMH5 does not say that it's waterproof, and if something does happen to it, it's water damage, they will not replace it. So if you go with something like the Cardo, you can get something that is waterproof, and if something does happen to it, they do have a warranty that will replace it for you. I stick with Sena because I've always used Sena, so that's it for me. I'm just kind of brand loyal that way. I will say I've ridden this in some pretty heavy rain, and I haven't had any problems with it yet. Just make sure that all the little areas that need to be sealed are sealed correctly, and never had a problem. One thing I can say that is a bit of an issue, if you are riding, of course, you don't want to be touching your phone very much. And if your phone is locked, sometimes Siri will not activate, even when you press the red button on the side to activate Siri. So if you want to make a phone call hands-free, it is a bit difficult. And you do actually, it's kind of hands-free. You have to reach up and click the red button just once. It's very quick, but then it does initiate. So you are hands-free kind of, but only for a second. You have to use a hand, and then after that, you're solid. But it's a great system and super easy to charge, very easy to get on and off the helmet. I will say that on this particular helmet, on my helmet, it doesn't seem to wrench down super tight. I mean, this thing's not going anywhere, but at the same time, you know, if I were to really push on it with my thumb, it does move around a little bit, which is disconcerting. Of course, what you do get in the kit is you are also getting a sticky pad as well that you can stick on the side of your helmet and clip the actual unit onto it. I just don't want to do that because I'm always thinking of new gear, and so if I do decide to sell this helmet at some point, resale value would go down if I had something stuck to the side of it. So I just don't want to hassle with that, so I'm gonna go with the clamp. You also get a little sticky mic that can be inserted if you have a closed helmet like this. If you are using a modular helmet, you also do get that boom style mic that is going to be great for if you have a modular helmet. You can stick that boom mic in there and it's gonna work great for you. If you're looking for a budget comm system and you just want something that's gonna go between you and one other buddy that you're riding with, and you don't mind about 400 meters of range, Or if you're just looking for a comm system where you can have a passenger on the back, like your wife, you can go ahead and jump on this. This is a great deal. I think you can get 2 of them for 120 bucks, 130 bucks, really cost effective, absolutely great. If you wanted to bump up to the SMH5S, you do get the option to be able to use the 5S with the Sena app. So once you go up to the Sena app, it's easier to connect to other comms. You can just scan a QR code and it allows you to connect with other comm systems. So super great if you can use the Sena app, but you do have to bump up a little bit in price to be able to use the app. The Sena SMH5, I'm not aware. I did the software update and I still couldn't connect to the app. So as far, maybe you know something I don't, so you can leave something in the comments. Sometimes you guys help me out a ton, but definitely jump up to that 5S if you're looking for that app capability. If you're looking for something with a little bit better speakers, I haven't tried the 5S yet, but I hear that it has great speakers. But the SMH10 definitely does, and it also has that blogging capability if you want to record audio. So if you're looking for that, definitely bump on up to the 10. If you are worried about maybe later on down the road you're wanting to use that mesh technology, don't worry. Even if you jump in at this budget price point for Sena, they do have the Mesh Plus. It's an extra unit you can buy, and basically it turns any of your non-mesh devices into that new mesh system. So basically it's really easy to connect to other devices. You can connect to almost an infinite amount of other devices, and really is great if you are riding with those larger groups. So if you just want something budget friendly in the beginning and you're not riding with a lot of people, and maybe later down the road you want to upgrade, man, this is a great upgrade for you, and it's less than $100. So really worth the money. You're still coming in underneath that price point of about $200 all in. So really good deal there. If you did want that later on upgrade, you do have the ability to do that. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for the watch. Hey, like if you found some value in the video, and subscribe for some more videos coming this way. I do plan on doing another video on some more comm systems coming out, and I have just ordered some brand new Revit gear. So if you guys want, stay tuned, and we will get some more reviews coming to you guys soon. See ya.